Hello and welcome back to another video. So on editing today's video, I realised that I had somehow permanently deleted about a third of the footage I had taken for it. Don't ask me how I did it. But in that was also the intro for this video. So my OCD will not allow me to put up a video without the same intro. So that's why I'm doing this intro today. But look, the video will contain the bits that I didn't delete, so there will be a good bit of fencing, reasons why I'm fencing, what I'm fencing, some cattle moving, lots of cattle moving actually, and a bit of cattle chaos, as I'm calling it, in the shed during separating them because they were all going to different fields. But yeah, that's this video, so I'm going to play the rest of it now and hope you enjoy. Now I'm just down here in the field that we got fenced earlier in the year, and I need to do a bit of fencing because basically what happened was we have a spring below in the corner of the main field down here, and when they were fencing they fenced it off. So that spring allows the cattle obviously to have water all year round here, even when the streams and everything dry up. So I need to give them access to that spring before I can move them down because everything else has dried up here. It's amazing, all the rain we got all year and a couple of fine weeks and everything has dried up straight away. But look, it's fine, but it just means I have to pull up 2 or 3 posts, pull the barbed wire across to the other side of the stream and the spring, drive them again and staple them in. So hopefully it won't be too bad. I just want to hopefully get a good strain on the wire and hopefully don't cut my hands to ribbons while I'm at it, but it'll be grand. So Dad's coming down there now. I'm waiting for him. The sun is in and out, so there will be no rain anyway, which is great. Then the other thing I need to do is I need to divide this field and the field in front of me here now, because obviously we'll try and get it as much growth as we can. We could never do that before because it wasn't properly fenced around the sides. So now that that's done, I'll drive a few posts, probably 8 or 10 posts I'd say will do it, and I'll put the electric fence on it then, and I can bring down the battery and work it off the battery power. And it just means that we'll probably keep them in the lower down one now because obviously the stream has dried up here. So we'll keep them in the lower down one, give this an extra week or 10 days hopefully, and then surely there'll be some bit of growth here by then. So that's the plan anyway for the rest of the evening, and we'll see how much of it we get done before we go moving.
I'm gonna chase it, and
So that's the job done anyway. Ignore this very high one because I know it is still quite high off the ground, but it was actually a really tall post and I struggled to get over it because there's no real height over there that I can stand on, but I'm fairly happy with it and there's good tension in the wire as well. I was hoping to get that on the inside of the wire as well, but when I was doing it on my own, I just couldn't hold it all, so that's outside the wire and then the other one is inside the wire on the corner, so I think that just gives it enough tension anyway. So yeah, happy with that. I didn't think it would go quite so easily, so in the video you might have seen I started off with the small handsaw for that tree there that has fallen, but my dad quickly said, here, we'll go up and get the chainsaw. And I forgot to bring the goggles and the face shield before you give out to me, so I know I should have had them, but we had to drive all the way up to get it and I was not driving all the way back up again to get those, so yeah, don't be like me. But yeah, tidied it up and it's fine. I just did enough so that the wire could pass through it really. And can you see the water there? Not sure, but that's the spring there. So up above, completely dry, there's nothing, and here you have a lovely clean stream of water. It's lovely, so that'll be great for them now, so they can come down here and yeah, and they'll have a bit of grass and a bit of water and hopefully we'll be happy out. But yeah, Dad's telling me to come on now because we need to do a bit more before we move the cattle, so we'll leave it there for a second. Now we had to cut the fencing a bit short because we were running out of time. So first thing I did was get the cows from the field beside the shed in to the shed because we're going to move the whole lot of them. Now they were very good coming out of the field, but as you can see, trying to get them into the pen was another story entirely. They gave me the right run around anyway, for sure, but eventually I managed to get 2 of the cows in and I think only 1 of the calves, so then that left me running around the place after the rest of them, and eventually I got that calf in. So yeah, this is Michelle peeing on my floor, of course. She was in absolutely flying form that day, and you'll see in another minute what I mean by that. But yeah, I just couldn't get her in. Dad and Rob came down then and helped me shove her in, so that was great. Next up then was to bring everyone else from below, as I call it, up. So this was a combination. There was a cow and calf in there. There was cows in calf there, and there was heifers and bullocks, yearlings in there. So what I wanted to do first of all was take out the ones that weren't going to be AI'd, because we were going to put them in the field above the silage. So
it was just a matter of separating them. So I put up one bullock and then the heifers that won't be AI'd, and I also put up the old cow and her calf Sheehan. They actually didn't come into the shed at all. So again, they did not want to get out of the shed at all. So Rob came in and helped me. So as you can see, I was corralling them all in there into my little area. If I had a gate, it would have been ideal, but yeah, we were just shoving the rest of them out then. And as you can see, Michelle tried to jump the gate, so she got a right telling off. She's the daughter of the cow that is also a jumper. They're just too tall for their own good, but yeah, she gave me a fright. But anyway, I moved everyone, and to be honest, I lost footage as well of that. So I'm only left with the two last girls, the two pregnant ladies. And as you can see, they were fairly slow going up. Here is my sister, loving life, holding the road, and her boyfriend Cian there as well, doing so on the other side. And here we are coming up the boreen now. Again, the girls not in any rush. I think they were very shocked when I started directing them into this field, because I'm not sure if those two cows have ever actually been in that field. So they were expecting to head up with the others, no doubt. But this is the maternity ward now for a week or two. As you can see, plenty of grass in here, so they should be happy enough. I'm sure they'd like more company, but look at, they have each other.
So today is the day after. To be honest, I was just absolutely shattered yesterday, just after the fencing and the moving and all that. So I said I'd finish off today. So I just moved the cattle up there. So they're basically spending one day in each field, because they say you shouldn't leave cattle in after 2 days of it either being cut or fed, because the grass starts to grow again after 2 days. But then obviously if you leave the cattle in and they start feeding those bits, it stunts it and it takes it longer to come back. So we're literally just flying them up through the fields. It'll give the place they're going into an extra few days, and then they'll be in there. So that's what we've done there now. I have to go down and check on the others as well. I need to give the two that are in the maternity ward more water, so I'll bring that up on the 135. I'll go down and check on the others, but they should be absolutely happy out there for another few days. And I need to finish off that fencing below, so we'll do that as well. But I'll also show you the mess they made of my shed. My lovely clean and tidy shed is not lovely clean and tidy anymore. But yeah, that's what happens when you leave them in there unsupervised for any length of time. But that's the plan for today anyway. So we'll get the fencing finished off anyway, which will be a big job done, because the cattle that are below will need to go in probably 2 or 3 days. So at least I'll have that all set up for them anyway. Yeah, so that's the state of the shed after them. So I suppose, yeah, they were just in here for a good while on their own, because I put the 3 lots in, took 1 lot out, drove them up to the fields above. Then by the time I got down, they had a lot of the damage done. Then I went with the 2 cows and came back, and sure, they had the place in a state. So my dad was suggesting at the start that I put them out the back and up the crush, but I said no, I'll leave them in the shed. And yeah, I suppose this is what I get for doing that now, but I just thought it would be easier than trying to force them out, because it's only, you know, you've seen that door, most of you, I'd say. It's only that small door out to the back, so I just thought it'd be more awkward than anything. So yeah, I'm going to scrape this now and clean it up before it dries in. But first I'm going to go bring water to the 2 cows above. Now I'm just down here again. I'm just waiting on Dad and we'll finish off that fencing. But I wanted to show you something first. Some of you will have seen my video where I went topping in here, the Ellistroms. I finally remembered what they're called. But I'm going to show you what it looks like. I think it's about 8 days later. So just look at this. There was nothing here 8 days ago, and now they're about 6, some of them 7, 8 inches tall. I don't know, it's like I gave them a new lease of life or something. And even the bloody nettles are coming, not as much thankfully, but I can't get over that. And the strangest thing is, the best grass growth is in between them. So even though it was topped down to pretty much nothing, the grass in between the Ellistroms far exceeds the stuff that got fertilizer as well and wasn't topped. None of this got fertilizer. I didn't come in here with fertilizer because I said it would be a waste of time. So this grass has no fertilizer and got topped 8 days ago, and it's longer than that stuff. Now, it's probably not good quality or whatever, but there has to be some science behind that. I don't know what it is, but I can't get over it. There's loads of grass in between. Here, I'll show you. I'd say you can see all that grass there. Can't believe it. But anyway, if we got money for weeds around here, I would be a very rich woman. But anyway, just waiting on Dad now to finish this off. I'm not going to record a whole lot of it because I'll only be moving the camera as I go, and there's only so much driving posts you can watch, I'm sure, and I'd say you've seen enough from yesterday anyway. But we'll just finish it off. I am in shorts and I do have pasty white legs, so nobody comment on them because I swear I don't have an ounce of anything but Irish blood in me, and as a result my skin repels the sun, so just don't comment, okay? I know I'm very pale, but yeah, we'll do this and then I'll just show you how it's looking, hopefully show you the end product. I just had the neighbour shouting there, I don't know if you could hear it, taking the mickey out of me, but anyway.
I've been practicing on my swing, so I hope you're as impressed with this post driving as I was.
Now, so job done. I've shown you the bit that is done, because I say job done, it's job done for today. Of course, we ran out of wire. So we've done what we can. I just need to run the wire on the top section and do a little, for blocking off the gap, and then I have to run another bit of wire down here as well. So I knew it would be tight, but geez, I thought we'd have more than that, so it's fine. I'll finish it off the next day. I'm not going to the co-op today, but it's a 10-minute job the next day. So all the stakes are driven. How many did I drive? 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 posts. So I had 3 done the last day though, so it's not too bad, but some workout, especially today. It's, I'd say, coming up to 11 now, and it's already 19 degrees, and that's hot for me. As I said, I'm pure Irish. This is hot when you're working in it as well, but happy to have that done now anyway. So I think that's it for today, for this video. I actually have no idea what I'm going to get up to for the rest of the day, but not a whole lot, to be honest. Really took it out of me yesterday. I'm still tired after it. It was just a tough, long physical day, I suppose. So look, I don't want to be dead going into work either, so I think I'll probably take it fairly handy for the rest of the day, just making sure everyone is well watered in this weather. But I'm going to leave it there for now anyway. So before I leave you go, for the people who watched my grass measuring video, they got 7 days out of there. Now that was 7 days at a stretch. It probably should have been 6, but we were waiting for the bales to be drawn down. We couldn't move before then. If they had come in earlier, we would have moved them a day earlier. So yeah, 7 days, and the calculation said 8.5, but as I said, very hard to do it on that kind of field, so I'm going to do it on a better field now in the coming weeks, and just see how we get on. But that's it. So look, once again, thank you for watching. If you liked it, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.